Now,
like that.
one of the neighbors of the San Bernardino killers was reportedly suspicious of the couple, but didn't report them because they didn't want to be seen as profiling or sexist or racist. So, Judy, have we gone so far towards politically correct that our safety is being impaired?
This is exactly what we have been talking about for so long on your show, Dr. Drew, is that people do not see something and say something for fear of what might happen and the judgment that might come upon them if they say, hey, by the way.
They might lose their job. They might lose their standing in the community. And people.
The community, what the community thinks of them.
Yeah.
They probably didn't want to rile something up and then have these neighbors come over later. But this is the thing. We should, as soon as we see anything suspicious, we can't be thinking about the politically correctness of things anymore because there is a lot of fear out there, and you need to leave it to the professionals if you're not sure. If you see something suspicious, I believe they should have just reported to the police and let them make the determination.
You know what? Hang on a second. Lisa, hold on. I saw you nodding vigorously when Maz was talking. I know where you're at with this, but isn't what's at issue here is that everyone's defining this situation somewhat differently. I heard someone on CNN saying that, FDR, Roosevelt, took much more aggressive action than even anywhere near what Donald Trump is talking about because we were at war.
Yeah, he rounded up Japanese Americans, one of the greatest mistakes in American history.
And pushed out Italians and kept Jews out of here that should have been. Yeah, a lot of bad things we don't feel good about now. But what I heard there was a defining of the situation differently than perhaps we're defining it now. The question I'll ask you is, are we at war?
Well, I think we are at war.
Okay, so therefore,
jihadist terrorism.
Hold on. So if we are at war, the question becomes then, what lengths are we willing to go to win in war, right?
I don't think so. I mean, going back to Donald Trump, he's gone from a laughingstock to a truly dangerous person now, reminiscent of Joseph McCarthy in our history. I mean, this was a figure who wanted to round up everybody for a suspicion of communism. And yes, we had issues with communism at the time, but that was a very dangerous, dark chapter in our history. I don't think any of us wants to go back to rounding up people based on religion, based on skin color. I think we have to be careful.
But now we're rounding up people. We're rounding up college professors based on them microaggressing against students or seeming to be racist.
Well,
that's our new bat that we're hitting people with, to the point where people are unsafe in their own community. Alfonso, you're nodding yes.
No,
you agree with me. He agrees with me.
We're not rounding up white males when statistically they're the ones that shoot up the schools and shoot up the movie theaters and shoot up the churches.
Right.
We're not rounding up white men.
Yeah.
So why are we rounding up all these other people?
I'm not saying we should round anybody up. Trust me. I'm just throwing out polemic. But I do believe we are using a bat very similar to the bat we used that we called communism. Now we're using a bat we call racism. Do you agree, Alfonso?
Yes.
I do agree.
Yeah.
And right now that's the thing that's easily used to discredit anybody who has a dissenting opinion. And racism, it's been a plague on our nation for a long time. And the thing about racism, y'all, is that unfortunately, we're getting played into it because racism equals money and votes. Don't you think it's kind of strange that in 2015 it hasn't died yet? I mean, come on now. It really comes down to ratings. Well, they're feeding off it. They're bleeding people for racism.
It's Maz's last thought. I got a break.
My question is, what did she see that was suspicious? If she saw them doing something like walking around with guns or whatever that's like was suspicious, then okay, report it. But if she saw a dude with a Muslim prayer cap and a beard, you can't call that in.
There were specific acts, like they had lots of packages being delivered. They were working at all hours in the night in the garage on building things.
And no cars.
And this went on several days at a time.
Profile behavior, not skin color. Exactly. That's right. Exactly.
All right, listen.
But I think that they should let the police determine that. Just report it and let the police deal with it.
Although I have heard people frustrated with some of these reporting systems we have in California, that they get sort of pushed back on, hey, you're profiling. It's like, no, we don't. None of us want to profile. This reminds me back in the day when people used to accuse people of wanting nuclear war. Nobody wants racism. Nobody wants Muslims to be marginalized or feel bad. Hey, no, you.
Like I just said, racism is delicious to a lot because it is.
It's only because the human mind wants to categorize.
No one in this room, no one watching this show.
People don't want racism.
Well, and the human mind needs to categorize. It's just easier for them to just say a whole group of people can't do something than for them to say, no, it's an individual situation. It's just easier for us to make sense of it. That doesn't excuse it. It's just the way our brains work.